Suk is the choreographer, and Bailey's movements are very staccato, intricate, and I think it's her job as well as a choreographer to know who your personnel is.
Wait, you sure you could keep up?
ALLDAY project might be falling apart, you guys. And yeah, most of the blame right now is landing on Bailey. Not because she can't dance, because she absolutely can, but because the way these routines are being built lately is making the rest of the group look uncomfortable on stage, like they're trying to keep up instead of actually performing. And if you've been watching the recent stages, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, the choreo is the real issue. It's stacked with fast footwork and tiny details that only really hit when Bailey does them. So even when it's supposed to be a group moment, your eyes keep snapping back right to her. The sync never fully locks in, not because the others are bad, but because the routine isn't built for what they can do together. So instead of looking powerful, it just looks off. And people online have been noticing this. One comment straight up said she's giving them choreos where only she can execute them well. And yeah, that's exactly how it feels. Another person didn't even sugarcoat it and wrote, which is a mark of a bad choreographer. She's choreographing for herself, not the team. Like, ouch. And the thing is, people aren't saying Bailey is bad. Everyone agrees she's good. Almost too good for what the rest of the group is being asked to do. Another comment said, yeah, she's amazing, but we can clearly see when others struggle to keep up, and I know she can too, so why not make choreo that will fit everyone? And that's really the heart of it. If she can see they're struggling, why not adjust? Because right now, it doesn't look like a group, it looks like Bailey performing and everyone else trying not to mess up. And let's talk about the group for a second. This isn't just Bailey. There's Annie, Tarzan, Woo-chan, and Young-so too. Annie is a rapper and a vocalist. Woo-chan and Tarzan are rappers. Young-so is literally trained for classic K-pop choreo, like she was built for clean, in-sync idol dancing. But these new routines don't play to that at all. People see that. Someone even said Bailey herself looks cool. The other two are simply me and my friends in the school dance. Yeah, that hurt a little. Now, to be fair, not everyone is mad. Some people are defending her, pointing out that certain moves are going viral and bringing attention to the group. One person said, well, literally this specific move is going viral on TikTok and making ADP haters like the song, so I guess she did fine, LOL. And sure, one viral clip can help, but a viral clip doesn't fix the fact that the full performance still feels uneven. And speaking of viral, it's not like the other members are exactly in the clear either. In my opinion, this whole downfall can't just be dumped on Bailey. It's starting to feel like every member has their own little cloud hanging over them right now. Because while people are busy arguing about choreo, Tarzan ended up in a whole different kind of mess. If you've been online lately, you've probably seen those TikTok clips going around about him. There's a video from a Korean variety show where he's rapping along to Playboy Cardi's Like Wheezy, and people are arguing over whether he said the N-word instead of the actual lyric. The original line is supposed to be "poppin' that boy," but in the clip, some people swear it sounds like he swapped out that word. And now it's turned into this whole back and forth of, did he say it? Did he not? Was it a slip? Was it intentional? And why is this even happening in the first place? Reddit was not buying it at all. One long comment that kept getting shared, that is to say, Chaewon is not a fan of hip hop or rap. Tarzan is a costume he puts on to make money. By the time the Tarzan act gets old or he gets in serious trouble for it, bye-bye Tarzan, here's Chaewon. And then another person jumped in and basically said, you've hit the nail on the head there. That boy already drops the act when he's on those Korean variety shows playing the cute, adorable Korean guy and puts it back on to look tough. And it didn't stop there. Not too long ago, Tarzan posted this little teaser on Instagram with the caption, "You feel me?" from when he was in Paris for Fashion Week. And it was supposed to be a sneak peek of an unreleased song, but once people actually listened to it, yeah, that didn't go the way he probably thought it would. A lot of people were uncomfortable, not just because it sounded try-hard, but because of how he was talking about women in it.
This whole stuff slick, but it's you in my mind. I wouldn't even care if it's deep for the right. You need to love you better, know you got
calling women bitches and hoes and saying stuff like she's the headliner, other bitches pre-show, and she the only bitch who can hit me. And people were like, wait a minute, because when you already have people questioning whether your whole rapper image is even real, and then you drop lyrics like that, it just makes everything feel more off. Now, while all that is going on with Tarzan, Wu-Chan ended up in his own mess too. People are calling him homophobic right now over this video that's been going around where a fanboy told him he wanted to date him, and Wu-Chan's response was a lot.
형 사귀자. 너는 형인데 나랑 사귀려고 그러면 어떡하니? 나는 그런 아니야. 안 돼.
Nobody is saying he has to say yes. Obviously, he doesn't have to date anyone. But the way he shut it down was so aggressive that it made people uncomfortable. One person summed it up perfectly and said, I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying he doesn't want to, nor saying he doesn't want to date a guy, but damn. That was so aggressive. He could have just not read it or been like, being delulu is not the salulu, but... And then someone else went even harder and wrote, honestly, even if he had said, I'm not into dudes, I don't think I really would have cared, but all that extra stuff wasn't necessary. Nothing wrong with clarifying that you're not into guys, but he acts as if the very thought is disgusting. Yeah, Tarzan's crazy ass made sure I would never touch that group, and this solidifies it. Now, while Tarzan and Wu-Chan are getting dragged for their own stuff, Annie is usually the one that people bring up when it comes to nepotism. Because online, a lot of people think that Annie didn't just get here on talent alone. It's been talked about for a while now that Annie comes from a seriously powerful family, like 4th generation level, with her great-grandfather being tied to Samsung and her grandmother being a chairwoman at a huge retail company. And when ALLDAY Project won a Grand Honors Choice Daesang just 144 days after debut, people didn't just clap, they went, wait. Because that's insanely fast in K-pop. So a lot of people started saying the award had to have been bought, and that's where the nickname All Paid Project even came from.
ALLDAY 프로젝트입니다. 축하합니다.
ALLDAY 프로젝트는 K-pop 신에 새로운 활력을 불어넣으며
It didn't help that Annie was then picked as the co-host for the 2025 MBC Gail Daejeon, replacing a veteran idol, even though she is still a rookie. So for a lot of people, that was the moment they went, oh, okay, something is not lining up here. But to be fair, not everyone thinks it's that simple. One person wrote, LOL, other group has member from chaebol background, but saying their poor family live in mid-income family, you think they didn't fabricate their biodata and history company has made themselves like pity idols. In fact, they each own Samsung and from royalty Kim bloodline. You need to dig more deeper. ADP, not the only one, has chaebol idol there and other hiding too and lying. That just opens a whole other door because now people aren't just talking about Annie anymore. They're talking about how common it is for companies to hide rich backgrounds and rewrite idol stories. So now it's not even just Annie is a nepo baby, it's how many idols have fake underdog stories and we just never even notice. When you put all of this together, the Bailey choreo drama, the Tarzan stuff, the Wu-Chan backlash, the Annie nepotism talk, it starts to look less like the one problem and more like a whole group in trouble. People want to blame Bailey, but be serious for a second. Every single member is adding something to this mess. So now I really want to know what y'all think. Is Bailey actually destroying ALLDAY Project, or is this whole group slowly falling apart from the inside? Because the way this is going right now, it doesn't feel like it's over.